What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. This time I'm taking a look at our boy DSP's weekly tips and super chat totals, and of course we're trying to hold our boy DSP accountable for his finances. And of course we all know that our boy Phil begs for his money, so we just want to make sure that Phil is held accountable and that he is a good steward of the deadhead's money. So anyway, let's just get into it real quick. So big up to Piece of Peace. I'm using his tracker. I'll link it in the description. A link for it, it's on Piece of Peace's channel. So big ups Piece of Peace for putting this together. I know it takes a lot of work and you do an amazing job. So yeah, so essentially what I did is I'm going to be taking a look at his weekly totals and then of course his grand total for the year. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm simply taking a look at his gross tips, his gross super chats, and then combining them together for a grand total. So essentially what I did was I just copied over the information provided by Piece of Peace into another spreadsheet just to make it easier for myself. So let me just pull that up real quick. Where are you? Here it is, and then screen capture it. So again, this is all the same information that you will find on Piece of Peace's spreadsheet. It's just, for me, it's just way easier to read. I know he has a lot more detail, and of course, if it's something you guys want to take a look at, feel free to do so. So essentially what I did here was I just copied over his gross super chats and his gross tips for the streaming week. So this streaming week started on December 1st. And it extended all the way to December 6th. So essentially he streamed for 6 days. So as you can see here, so for his gross tips, starting with the first day of streaming, he received a gross total tip of $156. And that's for both streams, the morning and the night streams. And then $48 in super chats. That was for December 1st. On December 2nd, he received $223 total gross tips for both streams, and then $66 for super chats. On the 3rd, he only received $90, so that was a slow day of positivity for our boy Phil, and received a total of $69 for super chats. On the 4th, he received $188 in tips and then $39 in super chats. On the 5th, our boy Phil received $128 in gross tips and $105 in super chats. So he did very well in super chats. And then lastly, yesterday, he made $197 in tips and then pulled in $19 in super chats. So as you can see here, here are the grand totals here. So for tips, oh, I didn't like that. Hold on one second. Let me get those totals. So for tips, our boy Phil. So for tips, our boy Phil pulled in $982 for tips for the streaming week, which that's kind of low for our boy Phil. So our boy Phil did not do so well in tips. So I know our boy is probably not happy at all that he got such a low number in tips. But I mean, he's been playing crappy games. I mean, his God of War streams have been god awful. Callisto Protocol has gotten no support whatsoever. The only thing that's kind of pulling in some support is the Pokemon streams. You know, so yeah, he got $982. And then for super chats, our boy Phil received 19. All right, so for super chats, Phil got let's see, why is it doing that? Hold on a second, I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. All right, there it is. That should clear that up. Okay, so for super chats, our boy Phil made $346. So if you total all that up, Phil made $1,328 for the week. Now, he didn't make his usual tips. I mean, I think he's been averaging maybe, I don't know, $1,300 around there in tips weekly. So yeah, he didn't get the tips he wanted, but the super chats were up there. I mean, he did okay with super chats. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it wasn't a bad week for our boy Phil. He is not starving. So I think he has plenty of cash to go grocery shopping, pet supply shopping. I know he's going to hit up Total Wine and more. I mean, he goes every week today. He goes every week there, but this is going to be special because, of course, he has to pick up more liquor than usual for his Christmas special that he plans to do. I'm not sure why he's picking it up right now. I mean, it's like 3 weeks before Christmas, or 2.5 weeks, or yeah. What's today? God, the 7th. So 18 days. Well, he's doing it on twice, so he's about 16. Yeah, he can pick it up next week. Anyway, who cares? All right, so real quick, so the grand total so far for the year of 2022, our boy Phil has pulled in $61,230 in tips. He's pulled in $23,981 in super chats for a grand total of $85,211. Now, mind you, again, this is just simply tips and super chats, not including memberships, not including Patreon and that stuff, ad revenue. This is strictly just tips and super chats. So our boy Phil is having a banner year. Well, he's doing all right. I can imagine what he pulled in for memberships and ad revenue and stuff. So he's up there. I think he's getting up there. He's gonna have an okay 2022. So I know he's planning to make some updates for 2023. To save the channel. I'm just curious to know what they are. I mean, I kind of already know what they are. It's going to be fixing the schedule, which is going to save the channel. Making sure he appropriates the appropriate times for his podcast and all that. That's definitely going to save the channel. And then, of course, he's going to probably expand. I think he's going to expand his podcast. He may do an additional podcast. Or what he'll do is he'll expand the daily wrap. He's going to do something where he talks. I know he's not going to expand gameplay. Definitely not that, but he'll do more stuff. He's going to do more kind of react stuff and then just more podcast related stuff because his gaming has gone awful terrible. It's just bad. I mean, and he's getting older, and definitely the one thing is Phil hates when he gets criticized for his gameplay. I mean, this week with the whole easy mode stuff, he lost his shit over that because he has this perception of himself, which is inaccurate, that he's this great gamer and aficionado of gaming, and he's not. And whenever someone criticizes him or even levels an accusation that he's not, he gets all bent out of shape and then, spirals out of control. So anyway, this year is closing up. So yep, just wanted to provide that for our weekly, my weekly video here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you want this information, you can go to Piece of Pieces site. He has a link to his tip tracker. I will include it in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.